Recently, we've been seeing reports, articles that DC and Warner Brothers, they may be putting the brakes on Batgirl and Nightwing, their movies, and, just putting them off the table for a while. And if that's true, I think that's a good idea, actually. And I know that DC has kind of gotten a bad rap in the past with their movies, with directors leaving and being fired off projects or whatever. Or, movies being announced and then not being made or anything or anytime soon. But in this case, I don't think this is a bad thing. And I think this could be good evidence that, DC and Warner Brothers, they're getting their house in order and developing a plan. Because in the article specifically about Batgirl being, held off, they've said that Warner Brothers is focusing on developing the core Justice League members, movies about them and stuff first before they start, making movies about these side characters. And Batgirl was mentioned specifically, and I think Nightwing and Lobo. And if that's the case, I say good. I mean, one of the things that I'm a big DC supporter and fanboy, but I haven't liked them, announcing all these movies before they have really ironed out the movies they had already said they were going to announce they were going to make previously. And I think if you've already introduced all these other characters already, like the Flash and Cyborg and, Aquaman, things like that, get them their movies first before you start doing movies about Batman's sidekicks. I mean, Batman himself hasn't even gotten a movie yet in this current era of the DC universe. I think they need to figure out if Ben Affleck himself, if he's going to still be playing Batman, and finally get Matt Reeves' Batman movie made before we start doing movies about Batman's sidekicks. I mean, Batman is the spine of the Bat universe, so I think they need to get the foundation, Batman himself, right before they do a movie about Dick Grayson, Barbara Gordon, or Damian Wayne, or Batwoman, or any of these other people. I mean, they're already developing possibly a Joker movie. The one with Martin Scorsese and Joaquin Phoenix. And that's cool, but I think it's kind of ridiculous for that to be made before we've even had a Batman solo movie yet in the DC universe, as it is right now. So, if this is correct, these articles that DC is holding off until they get, Flashpoint or other movies made, I say good. I think that's the way it should be. Batgirl did just lose the director, Joss Whedon. He left or he was fired or something like that, or maybe both. And so he's out. And I think with him gone, it's forcing them to, to just rethink, relook, do we want to hire another director for this movie or do we just want to put it, table it for a while? And I think if they're going to table it, yeah, for the reasons I said before, I think that's fine. Now, in Nightwing's case, I think that movie actually might be on stronger footing than Batgirl at the moment because the director is still attached to Chris McKay. And he said in a tweet, Warner Brothers would have to, fire me or, drag me away screaming to get me to not do Nightwing anymore. Because he's obviously passionate about this character and the Batman universe as it is because he did, I think, Lego Batman, right? And a lot of people. I haven't seen Lego Batman, but from what I've heard, it's really good. And people like that take on Batman and his, the Bat family. So he's a fan. He's willing to do it. I think, he and everyone else is just going to have to wait. Chris McKay, I think, has already signed on to do a Dungeons & Dragons movie. And so he's going to do that first at this point. Before he does Nightwing, he's going to have to. So, I think that it's possible we may see a Nightwing movie before we ever see a Batgirl movie. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with waiting. I'm cool with Warner Brothers and DC actually deciding to make a Batman movie and, focusing on the core main DC heroes first before we start doing, their sidekicks. Let's do Man of Steel 2 before anyone announces a Supergirl or a Steel movie, right? Supergirl and Steel are cool characters, but let's, have Henry Cavill, already firmly established and healthy as Superman before we start doing movies about all these other people connected to him. That's just my example I'm giving. There hasn't been any word about Supergirl or Steel having movies. But anyways, those are my thoughts on the possibility that Batgirl and Nightwing, their movies might be put off indefinitely or maybe even, canceled. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your viewership. If you like this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel because I like doing these videos for you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.